Today on the channel, we're going to give you the best action cameras for 2022. Now we're going to go ahead and get started with this summary. I'm going to show you the top 5 right here on the bench. We have all winners today, no losers in this video. We're going to go ahead and get started with the first 5, the Runcam Thumb. Now the Runcam Thumb is one of the lightest of the bunch. It's coming in at 12 grams with an ND filter on board. Not only because of its lightweight, also because of its cost. It is one of the favorite FPV cameras in the FPV community for creating action videos at 1080p at 60 frames per second. So that's what the FPV community asked for, was something that would run 60 frames per second because it looks a lot better in the video, as you can see on the left. It also has a built-in gyro and a lens protector. You can get different ND filters for this one. It has a 150-degree field of view, and it has a 5-volt in on the back of the camera, so you can go out straight to your flight controller. Your SD card goes in here, and it comes with a variety of different mounts that you can get for it. This is the one that came with mine. They also have a newer, updated version of a mount for the Runcam Thumb, but quickly this one became the #1 choice for the FPV community. I prefer the decased version, which I'm going to show you now. And for around the $50 price point, the Runcam Thumb series is just smashing the competition. This camera is the decased version with the TPU mount around it that helps protect the camera for decased action. It is so much lighter than the original Thumb at 8 grams. So this one, if you took the TPU mount off there, you might even be down to 6.5 grams total takeoff weight for this camera. Very lightweight. You can almost put it on anything under 250 grams. This camera is going to perform. They also have ND filters available for the decased version of the Thumb, which I really love. You can just snap that on. You can take it off. It has a TPU ring that goes around the backside of it, allowing it to just snap right onto the main lens here. And the TPU mount also has a point on the bottom of it for putting onto most of your micro brushless quads. You can take this off. It does have an extra 2-bolt configuration SD card cover back here, and it's super easy to get the SD card in. All you have to do is lift this up and slide your SD card in. It uses up to about 128 gigabyte SD card. And again, this decased version has all the same specs as the original Runcam Thumb sitting here. It's just decased with the TPU cover on it. So you also have ND card support, which is great, but you have all the same specs as the original Thumb, just in a lighter format. And again, this is the one I prefer. And my next best choice on the channel for a 4K lightweight camera with ND filter support, coming in at 17 grams, is the Runcam Thumb Pro 4K version. And since this camera is such a lightweight, 17 grams for a 4K camera that shoots 30 frames per second, it's around $89, which is under $100 for a 4K camera with gyro flow stabilization on board. This one sold out within around a week for the first batch. Now we're into batch number 2, and they're shipping again on September 5th, which is amazing. This one is also supporting ND filters. You can get a set of ND filters for those. It has 5-volt in support in the back, going down to your flight controller to wire to a port, as well with TX and RX support. So you're able to control this, start and stop the video from a switch on your transmitter for your FPV drone. That makes it really nice. Not only does it have TX and RX support, it has the same type of button on the front as the original Thumb, on off button here, and start and stop the video. You can also hook up a USB cable like the other Thumb, download your videos straight to your PC or your Mac. The Runcam Thumb Pro can also do vertical shooting at 90 degrees and 270 degrees, 16:9 and 9:16. So that is pretty cool. Then if you tilt it back this direction, it would go back to landscape at 0 and 180 degrees. So you can spin this camera all the way around, and it will pretty much shoot at whatever direction you're facing. Very similar to the Mavic Mini 3 Pro, so very cool there. It also has QR code support parameter adjustments, so you can go in and change the specs on the camera from the Runcam app, which also makes it user friendly. Aside from having 4K footage, what makes this one better than the original Runcam Thumb is the TX and RX support for remote recording on a switch. I love that option. I think this is one of the best choices for 2022. The next camera on my list with the mount is weighing in at 57 grams. The Flywood GP9 is a decased GoPro Hero with a front-facing screen. It is a Hero 9. You can also get a Hero 10 that's going to get you in the $560 range. This one is $399 and in stock right now. It also supports ND filters. It supports 4K stabilized gyro flow, and it's essentially a GoPro in a Flywood housing with also an option for a back mount LED screen. So you can change with the touchscreen the specs on the camera without using the quick app for the Hero bones. So I'm not a big fan of the bones because, well, you have to use the quick app, and this one allows me to see if I'm filming, and it supports two types of power input. Very important. You can wire it down to your flight controller like the Runcam Thumb series, but you also get this little handy cable inside that allows you to plug it into the power port on the back of the camera and plug it into the balance port on the back of your battery. So this supports all the way up to a 6S battery for this right here. So the BEC on board is controlling the voltage, stepping it down, making this GP9 available for just about any battery that you can fly on an FPV drone. And that, my friends, is versatility from a company. So in my eyes, Flywood essentially beat out GoPro with their Bones series by making a front-facing screen for around $399 on the GP9. It's around the same price as the actual Bones, but you get a front-facing screen, and you also get the option of ND filter set. It's the ND filter set that's available for the Flywood GP9, the 10. It'll fit the SMO camera, and it'll fit naked GoPro 6 and 7. This is crucial for anyone who really wants to shoot some cinema-style video. It also reduces the amount of jitter, providing a little bit of stabilization with the ND filter support. It allows you to have smoother video and slows down the frame rate. So this is crucial for getting nice smooth video. If you shoot without this, you'll notice a little bit of difference, but it also, again, we're running hyper smooth on this camera, so it really is kind of a win-win. But in this set, we have an ND4, an ND8, ND16, ND32, and an ND64, as well as a CPL filter. Now you can put this GP9 or the GP10 decased GoPro Hero series from Flywood on just about any drone out there from 2-inch and above. It is fairly lightweight. It is not as light as the Runcam Thumb Pro series, so if you're flying tiny whoops and indoor stuff, it's probably better that you start out with a Runcam Thumb and then work your way up as you get bigger, flying larger drones. The Flywood GP9 is now my daily driver, and around $399. It's probably my best pick for the year, hands down. 2 thumbs up, 10 out of 10. This camera's performing for me, and it hasn't given me any problems. One of the problems you get with 4K when you're shooting 4K at 60 frames per second is overheating. Now, with the way they have this one set up, it has a built-in fan in the back, unlike some of the other decased GoPros out there. So this one has been updated with a rear-facing fan and really helps the airflow through this decased unit. So as soon as you take off, not only are you getting flow from the front through the back, you're also getting extra additional airflow with this fan. And Flywood was kind enough to also send me the rear mount LED screen, touch screen for the back of it for changing my parameters. If you don't get that along with it, you can add it on later. Start out with this one, and I promise you it will be your daily driver camera. It will become one of your favorites that you get. It's so convenient. For me, it straps to just about any quad. So if you want to get superior video under 250 grams in 2022 as remote ID comes into place, this is the video to help you do that. So let's just wrap up this summary for the best of 2022 action cameras for under a 250 gram drone. With remote ID coming in, you guys are going to be looking for these types of cameras more and more. And honestly, the GoPro Hero 10 in the very back of the screen right here is one of my favorite cameras of all time. It is going to get you over the 250 gram mark, but I have to tell you, while it shoots great video, it's not a great choice for 5-inch, 6-inch, or 7-inch drone. If you do have a crash, and the battery punches forward. I am on my third Hero 10 now because of battery punch in the back of the screen. It makes the back screen go out and the front screen go out. So if you hit a tree or anything hard and the battery flies forward, immediately the back screen it's not very durable. Years past, I've had battery punch on so many different GoPros, and I've never had this type of problem like I have with the Hero 10. So honestly, if I was your friend and we were hanging out, I would tell you to first and foremost go for the GP9 or the GP10 from Flywood. Secondly, if you're on a budget, my best budget pick out there is going to be the decased version, followed up by the original Runcam Thumb, and the 4K version if you want to shoot 4K. So that pretty much does it, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed the examples of each camera today and what makes each camera so great. So I want to say thank you so much again for hanging out with me, watching my channel, and I do again appreciate you always, and my subscribers. So you can check out the links for each one of these cameras. They are trusted and tested in the FPV community and as well by me. So you're looking at 8 months worth of testing on each of these cameras now in late 2022. These are our top picks. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, guys. Take care, be well, stay fly, and happy FPV. I'll see you on the next one.